Hello, everyone. We're live. Yeah, Lucas C, GG, Nick Sochi, GG's. Wow, that I am fucking speechless. The Montreal Canadiens played tonight since I'm live. And they would lose. The Montreal Canadiens lost, as Winslow said, to the 2021 Ottawa Senators. Thank you, TFS. Thank you, Marcus. Wolverine, it was definitely a big OT, man. Darkness, yeah, it was a perfect example of why they should not have traded Allen. The Blues should not have traded Allen. Allen deserves better. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. Bruins are up 6-2 in the Lake Tahoe. TBCO, it's still a debate, man. Montreal's going through a rough slump. All right. Perry did score a nice goal, Lucas C. Yeah, Marcus, the Habs are definitely going on a losing streak, honestly. Like, holy shit, we lost to the Senators again. How we were even in this game. Like, don't let the score fool you. It wasn't even a really close game. It wasn't even an actual close game. Like, don't let the score fool you. This game was very much for the Senators. Yeah, Soviet Union. Yeah, man. Habs looking like the Caps now. I don't know if that's a good thing, Winslow. Exactly, Bray Wyatt. Luka, I mean, yeah, it was a back-to-back, but should have won. Nah, Nikki. Toffoli didn't cost us the game. It was fucking Byron. It's always Byron. Rich J, how's it going, man? TFSX, that's exactly what I'm saying. How the fuck do the Montreal Canadiens recover from this? How do we recover losing to the Ottawa Senators? We have to beat the Senators on Tuesday. Real quick, I'm going to look up what our next 6 games are. Real quick, because I know John just mentioned it on his stream. And I wanted to bring this up as well. I honestly wish we had just lost in regulation. Exactly, persnickety. We just let Tkachuk, who's a really, really good player, we just let him score on Allen just because, and Byron. It was Byron. Byron was in fucking overtime. Like, Byron was out there. Byron was on the third unit. And I still don't get, why are we playing Paul Byron in overtime? Genuinely, why? He is the only reason that we lose in overtime. We have lost both games because of Byron. Yeah, persnickety, honestly, like, I don't think Julian I want to think Julian isn't the main problem, personally. I like Claude Julien, but I'm starting to think he could definitely be an issue. I noticed a lot tonight that what people are saying, we were dumping and chasing a lot. We were doing the dump and chase a lot. And honestly, I don't like that. I do not like that we're doing dump and chase. And I haven't said this at all in my time being a Habs fan. I've not said this at all during my time as a Montreal Canadiens fan. And while Claude Julien has been with the team for the second time, which it was maybe 2 months after I joined the team. I joined the fandom, and Michel Therrien was fired. I've never said this once, but I'm going to look real quick at our upcoming schedule. So we play Tuesday against the Senators, Thursday against the Jets, Saturday against the Jets again. Then it's next Tuesday against the Senators, next Thursday against the Jets, next Saturday against the Jets, and then it's the 8th against the Canucks and the 10th against the Canucks. So looking at it, our next 8 games are against 2 against the Senators, 2 against the Canucks, and 4 against the Jets. If we don't get at least 3, I'm going to say if we don't win at least 4 of these 8 games, fire Julia. This is the first time that I'm ever saying this as a Canadiens fan. But if we don't win 4 of our next 8, fire Julia. Fire Claude Julien. Hire fucking Patrick Waugh. Go out. Fuck the you have to speak French to be the head coach of the Canadiens rule. Get Gerard Gallant. But get something. Just if we don't win 4 of our next 8, fire Claude Julien. I will officially join the fire Julien train if we lose 4 of our next 8. Or if we lose 5 of our next 8, sorry. Gee, I'm trying not to fucking blow a gasket right now. If Montreal had Marinch, exactly Winslow. It would have been a blowout if we had Marinch. And tape to tape, welcome to the stream, man. Whoever chose to put Byron on the ice in overtime, I have no clue. Nah, Nikki, I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm not delusional. I want to use some strong. Hey, Rich J, thank you for respecting the channel, man. But please go for it. Please go for it. He never makes any adjustments. He never runs a good defense and never inspires the team. I mean, he does make adjustments. He makes adjustments all the time, but he never like he does run a good defense, like you said, in offense. But it's like Jesus. Exactly, keep ups. Byron is to the Canadiens, but CC is to the Leafs. Every time I see him in the lineup, I'm like, oh god. And like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if Paul Byron wants to stay in Montreal. Fucking fire him. Trade Paul Byron. I don't care if he wants to stay in Montreal. At the very least, scratch him. Put him on the taxi squad. According to Nikki, the ref messed with the net because Brady told him to. Exactly. He's kept the team in mediocrity since the start. He was given everything he needed to do. Exactly. Persnickety. We have started to look like the Canadiens of last year. We've started to look like the Canadiens of last year. Like, we better beat fucking Vancouver. Yeah, he never runs a good offense. Like, I like Claude Julien. I want this team to succeed with Claude Julien, but he's not running our offense the way he was at the beginning of the year. It seems the way that we played early in this season, we're not playing like that anymore because teams have figured it out. I don't know what happened to the Canucks, man. Yeah, hire Gerard Gallant. Hire Gallant. He's clearly a really good head coach. Probably just waiting for Seattle, honestly. But I think if he sees the team that Montreal has right now, I think he sees a potential really good playoff contender. Allen was solid, Nikki. Allen was really the only reason that we won. We would have won tonight if we did. Yeah, TFS, thank you, man. Byron was on waivers, TFS. He was on waivers sometime last week. No one picked him up. I can't blame anyone for not picking him up. How does he make adjustments? The team always keeps doing the same thing. Well, Persnickety, he makes changes to the lineup. I thought that's what you meant. Was he makes changes to the lineup. So, yeah, no, he doesn't really do that many offensive style or defensive style changes. Last thing I want is exactly Wolverine. I don't want that either. We've lost what now? I think it's 6 of our last 8 or something like that. Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a penalty on Drouin, honestly. The other team's got exactly something. Nah, Nikki, we're not going to lose every game until game 56, man. Exactly, Rich J. Allen is the better goaltender, in my opinion. I honestly think Jake Allen is the much better starter right now. Carey Price is going through a big slump. Jake Allen has proved himself. He's stolen the starter job from Carey Price. Go back to when I talked, when we first traded for Jake Allen. I said he is the guy that is going to be our backup, but could steal starts away from Carey Price, and that is exactly what's happening. Teams figured out exactly Persnickety. Exactly, Jeff King. Habs need to adjust their attack. Teams have adapted to him. Yeah, our centers are being overwhelmed. Like I think our style of playing all 4 lines equally has kind of tired out. Like I love Jake Evans. I think you maybe try and use Dano and maybe Jake Evans a little more than Suzuki and Kotkaniemi because those guys are still young, 20 and 21. They are going to get overwhelmed easily, I think. While yes, they are mentally sound to the NHL at this point, it's still not fantastic. They're still not those veterans and guys like Shea Weber. It's like, all right, we're under pressure. Don't buckle down. Just blah, blah, do whatever, And, they're guys that are probably getting really anxious when they're going out there with 5 minutes left and they're down 2-1. They're thinking, oh, shit, are we going to be able to tie this up? Are we going to be able to tie this up? Exactly, Sons of Liberty. Like, I understand him not wanting to leave because he wants to win in Montreal, and I respect that. But the fact that Paul Byron wants to stay in Montreal when he's not fantastic at all, not even really that good. Like, yeah, he scored last game. It's his one asset is his speed. Like, even Marincin, he probably has an asset that I can't even think about. Cody Ceci is an asset I probably can't think about. Byron's asset is his speed. That's like saying, oh, okay, you put Byron with McDavid. Obviously, Byron's going to get like 40, 50 points because he's playing with McDavid and Draisaitl. Byron is not fit for the Montreal Canadiens. He is not great. We need to put Michael Frolik in instead of Paul Byron. We should have scratched Paul Byron and put Arturi Lehkonen in. I haven't even gotten to the notes of this game yet. Muller's useless, Rich Day. Yeah, Muller, I liked Mueller when he was head coach. When he was head coach in the playoffs, but just the fact that Mueller is our power play coach, I'm pretty sure he's useless there. He is absolutely useless as our power play coach. I definitely think Sons Liberty, yeah. Never changed the defense, even though it's been failing. I mean, our defense is decent. It's just Jesus not doing great. TFS. I mean, like, don't play Allen as the starter, but just give him more starts than Price for now. Price is not playing up to his $10.5 million. Nah, Nicky. You're not getting a second for Howden. You have to pay us to take Howden. Teams clog up neutral. We can't use exactly Rich J. We are not able to use our speed because teams have figured out, okay, they're gonna have one or two guys that are gonna be wandering around our blue line. Just send two guys against them so they don't get on breakaways. Tatar should be traded. He's a pylon. I mean, Marcus, I think he's just going through a bit of a rough slump. He was good last game. He has a good game than a bad game. He's inconsistent. Yeah, Byron, I'm speed. Let's go, Lucasy. Canucks Jets to start. Let's go. They should not protect him in the Sons of Liberty. Who are you talking about? Byron? We're absolutely not protecting Byron. It's a cap dump. Give us something. All right, you get a fourth. It's not really a cap dump for sending us Brent Howden. It's kind of a cap dump either way. So the Montreal Canadiens, they were in Ottawa tonight. The opening lineup for the Canadiens was Duran, Suzuki, Anderson, Toffoli, Dino, Gallagher, Tatar, Kotkaniemi, Armia, Byron, Evans, Perry, which meant Lekanen was was a healthy scratch tonight. Sorry, he was not on the taxi squad. Exactly, Marcus. We play a really weird game. We get shots. I think the best way to compare this is they're playing like the Hurricanes 2 years ago. The Hurricanes are playing incredibly well. The Hurricanes were getting a lot of shots on net, but they weren't scoring and they weren't winning games. Then once they started to tone down the shots, they started to win more. I'm not saying we're going to be like the Carolina Hurricanes and go to the Eastern Conference or the second round or third round, whatever they went to that year. I think it was conference finals, but like, I'm just saying, start playing like the Hurricanes in the sense of don't fucking take shots from everywhere. Pass a little more, That's what I like about our power play. That's the only thing I like about our power play is that we do set up more. We do spend time trying to set up and not just, all right, shoot 15 shots on your 2-minute power play. Just set up, all right, make sure this guy's open, boom, boom, And then if we got another guy open, go to him, Yeah, Howden's a 22-year-old on last year of his ELC, but I don't know if he's that great. Non-Habs fan trade Drouin. I mean, Drouin's decent. Drouin has had chemistry with Suzuki. Personally, I mean, you can't really trade him now anyways right now, I think, because he's injured. Yeah, imagine being Philly. If teams have injuries, they might get desperate. Probably Rich J. I mean, look at the Oilers. They're probably the only team that would actually want Byron right now. They have literally no depth. They have McDavid and Draisaitl, and that's it. Defense was Sherrod Weber, Edmondson Petrie, Mete Romanov, which for some reason means Kulak is a healthy scratch. At this point, I'm just saying, fuck Sherrod, scratch him, put in Kulak. Put Kulak back in the lineup. He has been one of our best defensemen. Exactly, Persnickety. Duran's not the problem. I like Duran. Duran has good chemistry with Suzuki. Byron, oh my God, Tom fucking Kostopoulos. Oh my God, Tom Kostopoulos. Let's go. That reminds me of the Islanders. They outshoot their opponents. Exactly, Sons of Liberty. I'm looking at the shot count for the Bruins game. Holy fuck, literally doubled. 33-17. Jesus. Our coaching and culture is bullshit. Persnickety, yeah, the fucking Habs culture of, hey, everyone needs to be French. I hate that. I don't like that personally. We should not need to get French guys. They can't win. Yeah. All right, my uncle keeps bringing up the Leafs and talks about them with me. Hey, McDry, let's go. That sounds pretty sick. Yeah, Rich J. Kulak might have no hands, but he's a hell of a skater and he's really, really solid defensively, at least in my opinion. I really like Brett Kulak. Payne, Lucasy. Exactly, Marcus. Like, we need to do what we did to Tatar. Tatar got scratched, and yesterday, last game against the Maple Leafs, he showed he was affected by that. He came back and he played well last night. Tonight, not so much. But we need to start scratching players. I think we look at Dano and say, hey, you know what? We're going to scratch you. Kotkaniemi on that second line, Evans on that third line, and we're going to play Poehling. We're going to give Poehling that shot, Scratching, I hate to say it, but scratching Brendan Gallagher for a game. I like Brendan Gallagher. He's doing decent, But if you scratch Gallagher, perhaps the face of the franchise, despite Weber being the captain, if you look at Brendan Gallagher and you say, hey, we're going to scratch you this one game or 2 games, you look at the lineup and you're like, holy shit, if they're going to scratch Gallagher, who else could they scratch? You know, that's just nuts. Like, we need to scratch someone to make an impact. No, Nikki. Nah, Lucic is a worse contract. I like Lucic, but just not for $6 million. Maybe for $700,000, and you're playing him on 4th line, then maybe. So unless you're sending back a first with Lucic, then yeah, no, we're not taking that. Our defense is good with the lines. Yeah, persnickety. Like, our defense is decent. Like, Edmondson, Petrie had another one of those dog shit nights tonight. Mete Romanov is doing decent. Romanov is looking a little bit better right now. Sherratt Weber, like I said, Sherratt, scratch him, put Kulak in. Sherratt's being meh. Suzuki, Marcus, you can't say Suzuki's invisible. He scored the opening goal tonight. If French guys can't win awards to the extent of surrendering, how do you trust them? Exactly, TFS. Like, the fact that we have most of our staff as French guys, like, if anything, it should work because Montreal, they know hockey, the Canadiens, doesn't work that way. Guy Boucher, next Montreal coach, don't know how I'd feel about that personally. Weber's playing like shit, and Sherratt is also keeping them together. Weber's playing like shit. Sherratt is also keeping them together is insanely ignorant. Exactly, persnickety. Like, that's why I think maybe even putting Romanov on that first pairing, doing, say, Kulak, Romanov, going with, say, Edmondson, Petrie, and then maybe Mete Weber. Maybe reunite Mete and Weber, you know? Something like that, you know? Just scratch Sherratt for a game or 2. Like, Philly scored. Let's go. Larson for Byron. I don't think that's a fair trade, honestly. Because then who do you scratch on our defensive core? Like, I understand Byron gives a chance for Lehkonen or Frolik to come into the lineup. But I don't think I would do Larson for Byron. I think we would need to get paid for that. I was talking to my friend and we both noticed the players looked dead in their face. They had no jump, no heart, and just looked like they were going through the motions. Yeah, persnickety. It seems like they really don't like Claude Julien. It seems like, I don't want to say he's a Mike Babcock because Mike Babcock was straight up abusive to his players, but it seems he might be a Mike Babcock in the sense that he doesn't really have much passion in coaching and he's just out there to make his money. I don't want to say Julien is exactly that, but he seems like Mike Babcock in a way, in also a way that the players don't like him and his coaching style, in my opinion. Fire Claude Julien. How can you make no adjustments in the game like this? Honestly, Danny Tamir, I have no clue. Scratch, you want this team. Golden Trash, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Scratch one player, and everyone else will be like, oh, shit. If this guy's getting scratched, like I said, like Brendan Gallagher or Shea Weber, if they're scratching this guy, we need to start playing together as a team, you know, something like that. Suzuki also hit the fucking post. Exactly, persnickety. Suzuki hit the post. I think that was the one. I think he was the one that hit the post 2 minutes into the third. Like, he was really good tonight. I liked Suzuki out there tonight. So, Canucks scored. Brennan Sutter by let's go, Jordy Ben, baby. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Game's not over yet, Fiend. Howard, Ben, Sherratt, and Danault on the ice at the same time in overtime too. I don't know, Dan. I don't want to say Julien is ruining this team. I'm not going to go that far, but yeah, Sherratt and Danault being on the ice in overtime, that was not great. Exactly, Dan. Has to become the starter. Like, I know some people are saying, like, I've even said it, Allen isn't meant to be a starter, but as someone who can come in relief for a few games, he's fantastic. Jake Allen, I've always said he's a fantastic he's a fantastic playoff performer, and he's a really damn good backup. He's bordering on being a starter, but he can't play him as a starter because he struggles. As a backup, he's best. He's absolutely best at being a backup. That can come in, like I said, once in a while to be a starter occasionally. You know, kind of like what he was in Edmonton with Binnington. In Edmonton and St. Louis. Guy Boucher is a Sens legend. Let's go, Luca. Guess who scored? Hey, let's go, JVR, baby. Give me some points since I didn't fucking put him in fantasy. Julien is no fire and the system doesn't work with player. I have no clue, persnickety. Exactly, Suzuki. No, Snickety. That wasn't Suzuki. That was Petrie. Julien is scratching his ass. Yeah, Julien, man. It sucks, man. Danny Tamir, Kokinami, Toffoli, Kokinami, Anderson, Jordan Suzuki, Gallagher, Tatar Jano, Armia, Byron, Evans, Petrie, or Perry. The only problem I have without Danny Tamir is that Byron's still in the lineup. I'd put Frolik. Honestly, I would give Frolik a game or two. Say, you know what? Hey, Frolik, we trust you. Go out there, prove you can be a fourth liner for us. Yeah, Montreal's doing rough for Broman, but at least we have depth. Allen's been playing better than Price. Exactly, Sons of Liberty. He's been playing so much better than Carey Price, in my opinion. Thank you, TFS. Hayes and Provorov didn't get the assist, but he helped. Oh, yeah, Persnickety. I mean, he didn't really help get into their zone because Petrie shot it from his own zone up to Perry, who entered the Sens, but I think I kind of get what you mean. Devils also had a, yes, they did. They had a post earlier. Oh, shit, that sucks, Fiend. Jake Allen will get the start tonight, and I put jokingly, kind of serious right now, Carey Price is a $10.5 million backup. Scratching thing was already tried out when we took Tatar out. Well, yeah, Danny Tamir, but that's the thing. We won that game that Tatar got scratched, and we won that game because the players are clearly scared. Like, oh, shit, we scratched Tatar. Let's work our asses off. So it did work. It technically did work. Trade Byron and give the A. Nah, conservative lawyer. I wouldn't give the A to Suzuki right away. I'd probably try and give an A to, I don't want to say Toffoli because he's new to the team, but I'd maybe try and give it to Toffoli potentially. I'd say maybe Toffoli. Suzuki is a good choice, but I'd give it to Toffoli probably. I agree if you scratch Galley. Exactly, Sons of Liberty. I'm glad you do agree. If we scratch Brendan Gallagher, who, like I said, is kind of like our top guy, he's been with us now for 10 years since we drafted him in 2010. 11 years, actually, almost 11 years. But if we scratch Galley, the rest of the team is going to be like, oh, shit. If we're scratching Galley, who's saying that we're not going to get scratched next, you know? We didn't play necessarily well in the game. We scratched Tatar until the third. Yeah, Danny Tamir, like, we didn't play well in that game, but we still won it. Like, yeah, it was pure luck we beat the Senators in that game, or the Leafs in that game, but it was still, we scratched Tatar and we won that game. We still played well in the third. We showed we can play well without Tatar in that game. It shouldn't take, yeah, Danny Tamir, that's the thing. It shouldn't take scratching a player to try hard, but it does right now. I really don't think anything will change until Julian is gone. Even if we had Eichel, you would tell probably Persnickety, probably Caulfield as well, like you said. Which that's the thing that scares me. I do think it might be time for Claude Julien to be fired. I like Claude Julien. I want his style to work with the Canadiens, but I think like for the betterment of the team and for us to be able to potentially win a Stanley Cup in the coming years, we might have to get rid of Claude Julien. And like I said, Guy Boucher, if he does become the next head coach, Patrick Roy or Gerard Gallant, because he sounds French, or Gerard Gallant, I guess it would be. Fucking get anyone else. I'm starting a Habs franchise and offering this trade. The thoughts, Tatar for Zucker and a third. I like it, Marcus Hunt. I like Jason Zucker, and getting a third back in return is really nice. Tatar's not been doing too well. Zucker's that guy that I think you can rely on a second and third line to help out, lay the body a little bit, and be a kind of a goal scorer. So I like that. Montreal finishing in overtime is the only reason they have a two-way tie in points with Winnipeg. Oh, let's go. If anyone can tell me that we are better off since Julien became coach, please explain how. I can't tell you, honestly. Persnickety, I cannot tell you how we're better since Julien became coach. Like, I guess it freed us of Michel Therrien, but, like, even then, like, that's debatable. The opening lineups for the Senators was Tkachuk, Norris, and Brown, Paul, White, Dadonov. No way, Pasternak got his hat trick? Let's go, Sons of Liberty. Pasta got his hat trick. Let's go. And, of course, I scratched – oh, no, I didn't scratch him. I scratched Marchand. So let's go. Pasta Hattie. Big hypes, boys. I'd grab my hat, but I'm too lazy. Throw the hat, boys. Let's go. Pasta's with his Hattie. Love Pasta. Paul, White, Dadonov, Stutzel, Stepan, Batherson. Yeah, Therrien is still worse than Julien. Exactly. Conservative lawyer. Like I said, like that's probably the only positive about Julien being hired is that he kind of rid us of Michel Therrien. Exactly, Danny Tamir. If Duran's out long term, I think it could just be another what happened last season. We lost Duran and immediately we started to suck massive penis. We absolutely started to suck more. Bring back Guy Carbonneau. I would not actually be opposed to bring back Guy Carbonneau. I thought he was decent. Looking back and from what I remember, I think Guy Carbonneau was a decent head coach for the Canadiens. I'd like to see him come back. But that's the only thing is we're bringing back guys from the 90s at this point. Well, playing for us in the 90s. I'm not sure if Guy Carbonneau is 100% up to date with how the style of hockey that's played right now. He could end up being another Claude Julien where it's, oh, hey, we're focusing on a 90s style of hockey in 2020s. But I mean, hey, who knows? Guy Boucher, Guy Boucher, Guy Carbonneau could end up being, a really good head coach. Internet's on Kako, big rips TFS. And of course, Julian didn't say shit about Duran getting injured, no penalty, he has no balls. Hey, that sucks, persnickety. Lucas C., I'll be honest, I would not mind Marc Bergevin taking over as the Canadiens head coach. I would not mind Marc Bergevin taking over as the Canadiens head coach. I think that could be interesting. Yeah, Sons of Liberty, he would be good. Yeah, he did rage quit out of Montreal in 95, but still, he's made amends with the Canadiens. He's been seen at a few Canadiens games, I'm pretty sure, recently. So I think he would be perfectly fine coming back to the NHL to coach the Canadiens. It would actually be kind of fitting, hey, 25 years after Waugh gets traded, a few months later, boom, Waugh's back in the organization. And then if somehow we end up winning the Cup this year, the Waugh curse is gone, technically. Kotkaniemi is a better choice over Tkachuk. I do not. No, persnickety, I would love Tkachuk on the team personally. But that's the thing, is that it's at that point you have to look at, do you really want Tkachuk over Kotkaniemi? Because, you have a lot of wingers. Is it worth having a bunch of winger depth if you have one good center in Suzuki, a good center in Evans, a project in Paling, and then Philip Deneau, I'd rather have Kotkaniemi personally, just because I'd personally much rather have Kotkaniemi, because then you can at least have a 1-2 punch at center personally. On the wings, we got Joanne Anderson, Toffoli, Gallagher, Tatar, Armia, Perry at this point, Lehkonen if he's good. We're going to have Cole Caulfield, So personally, I would, if I could redraft, even knowing what we know now, I would take Kotkaniemi personally. Yeah, Lucas E., Tkachuk, Galley, and Perry on one team, that would be nuts. Yeah, the Lake Tahoe games are just, wow. Why is Deneau playing more? I have no idea, Danny. I love Kotkaniemi and what he's doing right now. Playing him over Deneau would be more ideal. The Canadiens have displayed the same issues for 3 weeks. Nothing has changed. It's on the coaching staff to make it just exactly, Dan Tamir. It's on the coaching staff. I've seen the Canadiens play the same way they're playing against the Maple Leafs, the same way they're playing against the Senators. Dump and chase maybe is fine against the Senators, but when you're playing a fucking top team like Toronto, you don't do that. You do not do that. You don't go ahead and play dump and chase against arguably the best team in the NHL in the Toronto Maple Leafs. You don't do that. And the fourth line was Haley, Tierney, and Watson. Defense looked like Coborn, Zaitsev, Riley, Artem Zub, and Brenstrom, Gabranson. Shabbat was still injured. We lost to an Ottawa Senators team without their best player. Matt Murray would start for the night. Joey Decord would back him up as Marcus Hogberg had the night off. No one noticed, but Tatar did not play the last 7:55 of the game. I assume that's not including overtime. So the last 7:55 of the third. Fuck, that's good that we scratched Tatar. I thought he was kind of invisible, but TFS, nah, I don't know, man. Toronto is kind of the best thing in the NHL. You can't really use the excuse, oh, they have an easy division, or oh, they have a tough division, that's why they suck, or another player, you can't say, or another team, you can't say, oh, they have a tough division, that's why they suck, like the Blackhawks. People are looking at them and they're saying, oh, they're a genuinely good team because they're in a tough division, and people are saying, oh, the Oilers suck because they're in how embarrassing, the Oilers suck because they're in an easy division. No, any division can be an easy division, and any division can be a tough division. Oh, Hogberg is hurt. I did not know that. I thought he was just had the night off, not including overtime. But yeah, he didn't play overtime either. I didn't see Tatar out there. The fact you're playing Byron over Tatar in overtime, we were not only down Drouin because he got hurt, which we will get into, but the fact that we also went down Tatar, that's not great. Exactly, persnickety. The Senators' defense is one of the worst defenses in years. The fact we lost twice and got outplayed for most of the game is fucking embarrassing. You can't exactly, Dantamir. You can't bench Tatar and then continue to play Deneau like everything's fine. Let's go. Bruins take the W 7-3. Exactly, Sons of Liberty. Bruins is just Matthews is just activated full Jesus mode this year. Rock and Sock, thank you, man. Good night, man. Appreciate you for coming. Thank you for coming by to the stream. Really appreciate it, buddy. Who the fuck chooses Paul Byron over Tomas Tatar? Literally no one. TFS. If that was what Claude Julien wanted, then absolutely fire Julien. Honestly, tonight, I'm really starting to see why so many people want Claude Julien fired. Honestly, I'm really starting to see it because Julien has not been fantastic to the Montreal Canadiens. I praise the Leafs again, please. Yo, Vince Carter, I'll do it when they Vince Carter, I'll do it when we play the Canadiens. I hope Bergevin goes into the locker room and screams "fucking embarrassing" while kicking a trash can at Julien. Nah, persnickety, nah. Bergevin's not the type to get abusive like that, man. He definitely should go into the locker room and scream "fucking embarrassing" to Julien. I don't know about kicking a trash can at him though. Hope he has his one big boot on. Yeah, let's go, persnickety. Dan Tamir, thank you for coming by to the stream, man. Greatly appreciate it. Pasta did get his hattie. TFS, thank you very much for the update. Second career hat trick in outdoor games. That's nuts. Did they have the one guy just going over to the guys, just dropping a hat on it? Please tell me they had someone dropping a hat on the ice or dropping a few. Yeah, Josh Anderson's been looking good. Vince Carter, Austin Matthews has been fucking nuts. I only say that because of the coach on. I don't watch Letterkenny persnickety. I haven't seen Letterkenny. I really should though. I probably should watch it. Earlier in the game, the Canadiens looking good. They wanted to rebound from last night, and then we scored. Nick Suzuki sniped it home from Josh Anderson. It was 1-0 Canadiens, just 1:17 into the game. It was caused by Mike Riley falling as he entered our zone. Quite happy we got rid of him. Hey, John Hatakaki, how's it going, man? How's it going, John? Oh man, yeah, persnickety. John, you should have come into the stream earlier, man. I know you were streaming, but you should have tried to come into the stream earlier. Like, holy shit, I was getting pissed at the Canadiens. Yeah, persnickety. I'll definitely check out Letterkenny. I mean, I have a few shows that I need to watch first, but definitely want to check out Letterkenny eventually. The Canadiens went to the power to PK. It was Paul Byron getting called for a very iffy looking high sticking penalty. That one was one of the first, probably the fifth at this point, fifth penalty that has looked very iffy against the Canadiens this season. Habs were able to kill it off and looked solid in doing so. One for one of the PK tonight. Habs been a minute straight in the Senators zone. They were allowing all the pressure to be applied to them. The Senators were. The Canadiens were keeping the pressure applied as well, looking pretty solid. Vancouver's reverse retros make me want to drink bleach. Jesus, Santa Liberty. John, no, unfortunately, I've not watched Ozark yet. Me and my best friend, we've been doing other stuff. We've been watching WandaVision. We were watching Your Honor. We've been watching other shows. So, John, I greatly apologize. We'll get to Ozark soon, though. In the next week, I will absolutely try and make Desi and me watch Ozark. Is there any chance Montreal will buy out Price in the coming years? Marcus Hunt, I don't think so, personally. How in the hell did Petrie get that penalty? Also, he didn't do anything. He just skated up to him, pushed against him a tiny bit. Yeah, persnickety. That one was that was a really, really iffy. Actually, no, I don't think was it Petrie getting a penalty? Because I thought Suzuki got called for high sticking there. If that was Petrie, then yeah, that's a bullshit. That was such a bullshit penalty. Yeah, John, WandaVision is absolutely insane. Like, holy shit. Yo, once you're all cooled down from once you're all better from your wisdom teeth thing, like, we gotta fucking talk WandaVision. Like, holy shit, that show's nuts. Your Honor is such a waste of time. Persnickety, for me, it's weird. I'm conflicted on Your Honor. We're gonna turn to a fucking movie review, TV show review here for a minute. I'm not gonna spoil it though, but like for me, Your Honor was definitely I don't want to say it was a waste of time. Definitely, I wanted to slap Adam as well, at least in the first episode. The first 2 or so episodes, like looking at like seeing what Adam does and what he does throughout the episode. Like, there's some moments where I'm like, okay, he's kind of smart trying to cover this up, but then there's others where I'm just like, oh no, and like them forcing the whole race card made sense in one instance with with Kofi Jones and the family being racist, because there's obviously genuine racists. So like it kind of made sense, but like not really that it was this big mob boss, because black people mostly are in the type of realm, so they're gonna want to try and deal with those. And so it was weird. But for me, for some reason, it gave me slight Breaking Bad vibes at some point, which I'm not saying anything bad about Breaking Bad. Some of the writing at some points gave me a little bit of Breaking Bad vibes. Is that a spider? I think that's a spider. Rip. But for me, I think Your Honor, like I said, gave me a little bit of break. Oh shit, those are 2 spiders. Real quick, I'm gonna kill these things. All right. Thank you. Hey, persnickety, I'm glad you think that as well. But yeah, it gave me thank you, TFS man. But yeah, it gave me a lot of Breaking Bad vibes in just that it was really slow paced and, taking its time to get to the end of the show. And for me, I'm not going to say what happened at the end of the show. In case either you haven't seen it, persnickety, or anyone else hasn't. But to me, I think the final episode, to me, I think it kind of felt like a big fuck you. Like the end of the last episode, to me, kind of felt like that. And like I said, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it in case anyone here hasn't seen the episode or the show entirely, but like, I did not like it, honestly. I did not like what they did at the end of the episode. I was hoping for a season 2. I mean, technically they could still do a season 2, but it's like for me, Sons of Liberty, I'm talking about Your Honor. It's a TV show that I've been watching recently. I actually want to do a review on Your Honor. Would you guys be down for that? To hear for me to do a full script of what I want to talk about the show, like kind of go episode by episode in a way, and just like talk about Your Honor for like 45 minutes or something like that on video. If you guys would be down for that, you'd watch it, persnickety. Hey, all right, that's one person. Hey, that's one person more than zero. That's one person more than zero. But like that final episode, like with them knowing like, hey, we're not doing a season 2. This is what the show is going to be. Them doing what they do felt like a massive, just like, hey, you were invested for the last 9 episodes. Well, you know what? Eat it, because this is the end of the series. This is what we're doing. For me, I didn't like it. I did not like what they did at the end of the show. But there were some things it did right. A lot of the right felt like Breaking Bad, gave me Breaking Bad vibes, along with the overall kind of feel of the show and what they did with that. As well as to me, I think some of the casting, not casting, but I think some of the acting really gave me Breaking Bad vibes for some point. I didn't like the forced gender and race politics that they forced into the show. Kind of felt ham-fisted. I kind of want to complain about the forceful kind of adding of the COVID-19 sort of into the show. Like, if you guys seen the show, you know what they do to kind of have like, oh, there's 2 people wearing masks in the show later on, and it's like kind of clear, like, okay, yeah, this was recorded post-COVID or mid-COVID technically. But there were some things in the show I really liked and other things I didn't. But I definitely want to definitely want to do a video on Your Honor. I'm gonna wait though, because my parents are actually watching Your Honor right now. Not right the second, but they're watching it right now. I've got them into watching it, so I'm gonna wait until they finish the show, because I don't want to be up here talking spoilers and whatnot, and then they hear it, it's like, shit, well, there's no point in us watching the show. So I'm probably gonna wait maybe a week or so before filming it, but definitely I have a lot to say about the show. How in the hell did persnickety, I don't know how Petrie got that penalty. If they gave it to Petrie because Suzuki got injured, that was really, really bad. I don't know how they call Petrie for I assume it was either interference or roughing. It's a reasonable 5-year deal for Kotkaniemi, depending on his ask, depending on his overall and his potential. I'll get to that in a few minutes. Resigning players. Oh, thank you, Marcus. 83 medium elite, and he's asking 7.5. Hot take, yeah, definitely, John. I definitely think you should watch that show. Yeah, it's called Your Honor. Your Honor. It's on HBO, I think. If you want, though, I could probably hook you up with a completely legal way to watch the entire series. I can get you all 10 episodes if you don't have HBO Max or whatever HBO streaming service is called. I think you would like it. Showtime. It's on Showtime. But yeah, John, I think you might like it. Like I said, it gives off a little bit of Breaking Bad vibes. It's only 10 episodes. It's only 10 hours. You could probably, I don't know, because school and streaming, you could probably finish it in about a month or so, depending on how much time you take to watch it a day or a week or whatever. But I think you might like it. But yeah, it's on Showtime or HBO Max. Hey, let's go, John. Let's go. I gotta get to these comments. Okay, so he's asking for 7.5. I would try 7 million for 5 years, because if he's 83 and he's medium elite, then he's probably going to grow to an 87, 88. And I think 88 would be where that 7.5 is worth. I think you should risk it and give him that 7.5 personally. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, TF, letting out the rage. Should not get more than 1.5 mil a year. Jesus, person. Well, that's in real life. Yeah, real life, I don't think you should get like too much. Where am I? Okay. Thomas Killer, how's it going, man? Thomas Killer, let's go. Yeah, TFS, man. Yeah, it's probably exhausted. Hey, tape to tape, don't worry, man. If you forgot I'm streaming, I can't blame you. There's no way. Canucks are up 2-0? Holy shit, that's nuts. Yeah, Sons of Liberty. I hate when shows force politics into them as well. But that's the thing. It's weird. For me, Your Honor, before we get back into the game real quick, it feels like parts were written by different people. Like there's a part in the show characters gets arrested. Gets arrested. No, but they get arrested. They get arrested. And it's not assumed, but it's presented as if like, oh, it's because they're black and not because we're drinking and they were swerving on the road, you know? So for me, it's like, you know, it was very risky how they went about it. I felt it kind of worked because it actually served a purpose to the plot of the show. But for me, it was just weird. Yeah, Sons of Liberty. Yeah, weird. Wristed. Oh, tape you predicted the Jets big rips. Is it just me, or do I think Caden Primo is actually ready? Yeah, Marcus Hunt. I think Caden Primo can definitely be ready by halfway through the season. Personally, Suzuki got injured by a send. Petrie then skated up to the Senator, holding him. Derek Stepan. So Suzuki could get up, and he knew a power play was coming. They give him a cross checking. Oh shit! Yeah, I thought Suzuki got a high sticking penalty, but like Jesus, that's. Ugh, yeah, that's a big yikes. That's a big yikes. We should have been to the power play there. Even the commentator said they didn't see it. Yeah, that's big rips. That's a big rips. Yeah, the Senators then came back as the physical play was starting to ram up, and then they scored. Drake Batherson had a beauty of a shot, just went up and over Jake Allen into the net. It was tied 1-1. Really nice chance there. Allen technically could have saved it, but I'm not expecting Jake Allen to go play off Jake Allen just yet, you know. Paul Byron sent down or hit Eric Branson, not Gustafson. He's on the Flyers. He went down on awkward angle. Hopefully he was fine. I put hurt he's fine. Hope he's fine. Not that it matters because our PP is as flaccid as Elton John at a Montreal strip club. All right. That's the comment of the night. That's the pinned comment of the night. That is the pinned comment of the night. Holy shit. Not that it matters because our PP is as flaccid as Elton John at a Montreal strip club. Holy shit. That's the pinned comment of the night. Thank you, Persnickety. That's a fucking great one. That's a great comment. Thank you. The Canadiens went to the power play. Too many men got called. Branson skated to the bench. I guess they thought it was a forward, so they sent someone else on, and someone else also went on, so it was a power play. Canucks goal. Elias Pettersson, assisted by Besser and Miller. Let's go. You could say he's a racket man. Let's go, Sons of Liberty. Hell yeah. Let's go. The Habs looked pretty solid. They had two really great chances on the power play, but the Sens also played well in the PK. They actually got a shorthanded chance, but nothing came of it either side. 0-for-1 on the power play tonight, still tied 1-1. Would you rather have Pettersson or Tkachuk? Easily Pettersson. Love Elias Pettersson. Really love the kid. And the Senators will be going to the power play again. It was Nick Suzuki for holding. Bruh, I spelled rocket. Hey, no problem, Sons of Liberty. He could also be a racket man. He could be arrested. He could be a wristed racket man. But the Sens went to the power play again. Nick Suzuki got called for holding. I was really surprised. I was really surprised it wasn't a penalty shot from Brady Tkachuk. Montreal going down a yellow brick road called losing to Ottawa Boulevard. Let's go with TFS, man. Yeah, Pettersson, I really like Brady Tkachuk. It also depends if we're talking Matthew Tkachuk, but either or, I really, really like the upside of Elias Pettersson. I think he absolutely has what it takes to be a franchise centerman, whether he's with the Canucks, Canadiens, or any team really, unless that team is terribly managed. In that case, might not, you know. Who's better, Matthew or Brady? I like the offensive upside of Matthew a little more, but I think physicality-wise, I think Brady's just a little bit better. Personally, I think Brady is a little bit better at enforcing at laying the body and drawing those penalties. I think Matthew is also good at that, but I think he has a higher offensive upside personally. The Habs were able to call off the power play for the Sens. Looked decent. 2 for 2 on the PK tonight. Habs are starting to look a little worse, letting the Senators get into their zone. And I did not have a good feeling about this, but that would end up doing it for the first period. 1-1 shots were 12-9 for the Senators. The Canadiens early in the second period are looking good, trying to get some shots early, and then the Senators starting to get some pressure of their own a few minutes in, and then fully got taken down by Nick Paul with a clean hit. Dano went to the box for roughing call. Don't get how that was a call, but I don't get why, but I also see why personally. Dano really needs to control himself there. Only Matthew jumps on goalies' backs. Big rip. Snurkity. Snurkity is your new name. Snurkity. Jesus, I need to end this stream soon. Holy shit, I'm mispronunciating everything. Where am I? I'm right here. Habs were able to kill it off. Sens did look really good so far, though, surprisingly. 3 for 3 on the PK. The Habs are starting to get a little more physical. The shots were increasing. The Senators were turning over the puck a lot. The Habs were doing their best to capitalize for each team. Capitalize on their chances. Habs were doing their best. However, somehow, don't know how, but somehow, Matt Murray didn't allow any of these chances. Jesus, my ass just described Montreal no OT. Jesus, TFS. That is definitely accurate. Harry, I'm doing this too much. Harry, we were 10 games into the season of my Montreal franchise. Price is an $8.99 save percentage, 3 goals against average. Detroit offered up their first in 2022 for him. Please do it, Marcus. That would actually be pretty nuts, I think. There we go. I just ripped off a little. That's going to start bleeding, I think. That was a big fart. Big rip, TFS. Big rips. Hopefully your ass is okay. The Senators went to the power play once again. Ben Chiracco called for hooking. This was getting out of hand at this point. We were taking way too many penalties at this point. Habs played pretty well in the PK, thankfully, and they were able to kill it off. 4 for 4 on the PK tonight. Rip, Sons of Liberty, your headphones broke. That sucks. Jeez, that sucks, man. The Senators Senators were still turning the puck over to the Canadiens. They were lucky that we haven't been able to finish off our chances tonight. God damn it, TFS. Tape to tape, no problem, man. The Habs now getting a power play of their own. It was Artem Zub going to the box for hooking. Habs look terrible on their PP, not able to get anything going on it. 0 for 2 tonight. Canadiens were still doing their best to capitalize on any of their scoring chances during the second period. And we'll get 4 on 4. I assumed Derek Stepan went to the box for boarding, I assumed it was. Suzuki went to cross-checking, but apparently I guess it was Petrie for cross-checking, or Suzuki for cross-checking. Suzuki for high-sticking to the boarding, but I guess it was Petrie for cross-checking. Weird play there. I put should have been a Habs power play. You smashed your PC. Big rips tape to tape. How pregnant is it? Drone was hurt with 17 seconds left. Surprised I didn't call that a penalty. I put rightfully not. Looking back, probably would have been a penalty. Got Jerome kind of in the numbers. Probably should have been a penalty. I put fine. If this is any sign of last year, we're about to turn to pure shit. That would do it for the second period. The game was still tied 1-1. Shots were now 23-20 Habs. It's actually nice. Hey, let's go with tape. It's hilarious watching the Habs power play comparing it to the Caps. 3 for 4 power play earlier today, and it was awesome. Jesus Christ, persnickety, that's nuts. Yes, TFS, you did hear that. I mean, tape to tape smashed his PC, so I thought I'd ask and be nice. Canadiens would be without Drouin for the start of the third period. Spoiler, he would not return for the rest of the game, including overtime. Suzuki hit the crossbar less than 3 minutes into the third. Could have changed the entire complexion of this game. The Senators were looking much better than the Habs after that. I put what the fuck happened. What's the name of the kid? Yeah, Sons of Liberty. What's the name of the kid? Tape to tape. What's the name of the kid? And then the Senators scored. Shea Weber hit Brady Tkachuk, who was able to shoot it or pass it down to Nikita Zaitsev, who shot it. It was tipped right in front by Josh Norris. 2-1 Senators. You can't blame Allen on that at all. It's a tip. Just went up and over him. Name it Mac. Yo, Country Mac would be a sick name. Persnickety. Ignore the voice cracking stuff. Have its middle name be MacBook. Let's go. There's a missed high stick on Tim Stützle. The Canadiens then went to the power play, or Danault should have gone to the box for high sticking Tim Stützle is what I mean. The Canadiens went to the power play again, and we looked like shit on it. Why the fuck have we not fired our power play coach yet? 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. Weber with a big slap shot. Danault put it right in Murray's pads for him to save it. We deserve to lose. This is getting embarrassing now. And then in all caps, I'm not going to yell, how are we losing to the fucking Ottawa Senators? We may be starting to see the end of Price's Prime. He's 32. Exactly, Darkness. I honestly think we're starting to see Price's regression at this point, which I hope not. But if we are, 35 years old, he's getting bought out most likely, which, Jesus. He's 33. Oh, shit. Yeah, even 33, that's not great. Then in that case, 36 likely. Senators are really outplaying the Canadiens right now. This is really terrible. But then against the flow of the play, we scored. Corey Perry from Jeff Petrie tied the game up. And holy shit, what moves by Perry. Perry had a fantastic deke. If you guys can look at the goal, if you guys can go check out the goal, very reminiscent of one of Tyler Toffoli's last goals with the Canadiens. I think his last goal, or second last goal with the Canadiens. Fantastic deke around, just was able to put it past Matt Murray. Really great goal to tie it up. The Canadiens and Senators kind of took it easy after the Perry goal. They just wanted the extra point before OT. And then Jake Allen robbed Drake Batherson late of a goal. It was, I believe, with a minute 40 left. Jake Allen robbed Drake Batherson. Should have been 3-2 Senators right there. Really surprised it was not, honestly. But that would do it for the third period. Shots were 32-30 for the Canadiens, or for the Senators. Tied 2-2. Overtime, I put end quote, and holy shit, Jake Allen. It sucks if he's declining. Exactly. Price didn't get a cup in his prime. He should have had it in 2014. If only Alexei Emelin didn't happen. Could have potentially gotten a cup. I mean, we were still down 3-1 in the series against the Rangers, and it wasn't guaranteed we were going to beat the Kings. But yeah, Price deserved a better team for sure. For sure. He deserved Pittsburgh or Washington. He deserved a better team. Where am I? Oh, yeah. I put, and holy shit, Jake Allen. 2 breakaways, both of them are saves. I put Jake Allen as officially our starter. Jake Allen played out of his mind, and then we lost 3-2. Brady fucking Tkachuk scored. Where was everyone on that play? We just let Brady Tkachuk walk in. I don't know what happened there. Who is Montreal's AHL affiliate? I think it's the Laval Rocket. I'm pretty sure TFS. Montreal's so bad, they're embarrassing me. Joey Murray, man. I remember when Price was almost traded. In hindsight, I'm happy. Yeah, Jake Allen, or Darkness. Because wasn't the trade supposed to be, if I remember correctly, wasn't it supposed to be Carey Price for Jake Allen, Jordan Binnington, a first, and something like Jordan Kyrou or something like that? Like, did you get your cable back since Liberty? Yes, we did actually. We actually did. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, we had to stick with Bell, because the other service provider we wanted to go with would have cost too much. And well, I think the other extra money would have been worth it for the first few months. We just decided to go with Bell. It's more convenient. We won't have to stick with trying to watch on our shitty Wi-Fi that we have right now. So, yeah. We did get our Bell cable back. Even the Caps are playing better than they're the oldest team in the league and haven't had a starting goalie. Exactly, Persnickety. They have not had Ilya Samsonov. They've been sticking with Vitaly Vanacek, which is still good. It's just, Jesus. Like, bro, Habs are getting destroyed by the Sens and Leafs. Like, Jesus. So, as usual, I'm going to rattle off the stats, and then I'm going to start to head out a little bit. I'll answer a few questions and comments or whatever, but I'm going to start to head out after I read the stats. Toffoli is tied for the team league in points, 11 goals, 16. Jeff Petrie tied him tonight with 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. What happened? Sons of Liberty, I think Samsonov got hurt. COVID protocol or something like that. I forget. Craig Anderson played today and did well, actually. Hey, let's go, Persnickety. By the way, I want to thank you guys so much for the 15+ likes. I greatly appreciate that. Nick Suzuki has 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Josh Anderson, 9 goals, 3 assists, and 10 points. Glad we Hendricks Lapierre's Persnickety. Hendricks is going to be fantastic for the Capitals. I was really, really high on him. I was hoping the Canadiens would take a chance on Hendricks Lapierre, but unfortunately they didn't. They went with Caden Gooley, and he fell to Washington. But you guys got a great player with him. And Connor McMichael's absolute steal. Going to be absolutely fantastic, I think. I'm watching the game recap. Hey, thank you, TFS. So I'm someone if COVID still doing conditioning right now after playing. Oh shit, Persnickety. I did not know that actually. I keep forgetting the AHL is actually going on right now. But he had breathing problems and stuff after getting over COVID. Oh shit. Hopefully Samsonov gets better, man. I don't like seeing any players like that. Whether they're Brad Marchand, who I really love, or Tom Wilson, who I absolutely hate. I wouldn't like to see anyone get that. Yeah, McMichael just got his first hat trick in the AHL. Jesus. Deal or no deal to Montreal. Jack Eichel to Ottawa 2022. Just the entire 2022. Buffalo second. What? To Montreal, Jack Eichel to Ottawa 2022. Buffalo second. Kyle Okposo. Oh, okay, I see. To Buffalo, Carey Price 30% retained. Paul Byron in the third. In my opinion, I think that's a deal. I mean, like I don't know, because then it's at that point, like, do you call up Charlie Lindgren so you expose him in the entry draft? Because I think Jack Eichel would be a fantastic center. Getting rid of Paul Byron's contract would definitely help. I think if anything, that's actually a massive win for us. Like, yeah, we get rid of Carey Price, but we kind of get Jack Eichel out of that, so pretty solid. Samsonov's supposed to play again with let's go, Persnickety. Hopefully he's back. Yeah, no cap though. Props to Matt Murray. Yeah, Matt Murray kept the Senators in. Like, as much as we praise Jake Allen tonight, we have to also give credit to Matt Murray. He played fantastic tonight. He had a lot of good saves. Yeah, Boston has very ugly men on their team, but they get the jobs done. I think that's about right. Yeah, Kyrou fucking breaks out this year. Binnington has emerged as a number one goalie. And of course, everyone was saying, like, oh, why would we trade Price for Allen and Binnington? Allen's not even a starter, and Binnington's this random AHL goalie. And fucking Binnington wins them the cup, and Kyrou is broken out, and Jake Allen's one of the best backups, the best backup in the NHL. Playoff beast. Probably the one trade that Bergevin should have gone with that didn't. Yeah, all the teams that passed over Pasternak, Persnickety, that's a big oof. I wish Montreal had passed on their team. Yeah, Corey Perry, you fucking monster. Perry is nuts right now. Like, he's been doing pretty solid for himself. Anderson, 9 goals, 3 assists, 12 points. Jonathan Drouin, who's currently injured, 1 goal, 10 assists. 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points. Brendan Gallagher, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Tomas Tatar, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. Yeah, TFS, I'm glad you agree, man. That goal was nasty. Like, holy shit. Perry's goal was absolutely fantastic. Like, whether it's scored against Toronto or Ottawa, that goal is beautiful. There's no way the Celtics blew a 20-point lead. There's no way, Sons Liberty. There's no way they blew a 20-point lead. Against who? Shea Weber, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. Dano still has 6 assists. Yoel Armia, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Arturi Lehkonen and Corey Perry each with 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Paul Byron, Ben Sherrod, Joel Edmondson, and Alexander Romanov, each with 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Brent Kulak with 3 assists. Jake Evans with 2 goals. And Victor Mete, the only Montreal Canadian to have actually played games with us, with no points. Allen's been better. He deserves to be the starter. Definitely. He absolutely deserves to be the starter. 60-40 split would definitely work. Darkness, I think. They blew to the fucking Pelicans. Celtics blew a 20-point lead tonight to the fucking Pelicans. Jesus, that's rough, man. That's rough. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. We've been streaming for pretty much an hour. Holy shit, Celtics blew a 20-point lead to the sub 500 Pelicans. As much as I want to replace Persnickety's comment with that, flaccid as Elton John in a Montreal strip club is too fucking funny. Yeah, guys. I'm gonna head out in like 2 minutes. Wow. Honestly, I genuinely can't believe what happened tonight with the Montreal Canadiens. I don't even remember half of what I said. Knicks almost blew a 20-point lead to the Timberwolves. Thank God we held on. Yeah, Darkness. Glad you guys hold on. Holy shit, that would have been been bad. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like. Dylan ODL to Arizona, Tomas Tatar in the third, to Habs, Connor Garland in the fourth. I absolutely take that. Absolutely love Connor Garland. I think Garland is a fantastic up-and-coming player. Would love to get Connor Garland and getting a fourth in return, because that's the thing. Arizona drafts terrible players with their picks, so getting a third is like giving up a future considerations. And Tomas Tatar, it sucks getting rid of him, but getting someone young like Connor Garland in return, I'd love that. That's absolutely a deal. The Pelicans are up winning the game. 120-115. That's wow. That's nuts. Thank you, TFS. Holy shit. But yeah, guys, links in the description, Twitch, PO Box, Amazon, which says PayPal. Send anything via the PayPal is greatly appreciated. You will get your name in the back of the you'll get your name on fucking, what do I call it, guys? What do we call the big ass non-donor board of not donations? Thank you, guys. You fix your headphone. Let's go, Sons of Liberty. Anything that's sent to me via the PayPal or via the Amazon wishlist or the PO Box will be held on my desk in the months of November, December for a special Christmas live stream. Otherwise, it'll be featured in a video. The Warriors lost to the Hornets. Jesus, lost to the Hornets. Big rips. Wow. Discord. I post notifications every time I go live and every time I post a video. So join that. We also talk on there occasionally. It's pretty fun. Speedrunning account. Once I get a working controller for my computer, I can definitely focus on that again. I thought my Celtics were good. Big rips, Sons of Liberty, man. Big rips. And the last thing in the description is my letterbox. It's per rating for movies. Very rarely I'll actually review them. Most of the time I just rate them. Check it out if you want to know movies I love. Unless you'd rather check out the video I made for Christmas Day last year, which may or may not be my top 100 movies of all time of 2020. Or if you want to wait till the end of the year, this year you can check out this specific video for Christmas for 25 Days of Harry. Check it out if you also want to know what movies I hate. I definitely want to make a video on that in the coming few months. I think that'd be really fun to do. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it, guys. Habs are now 5-6-1 and not playing Vancouver. Big rips, TBC. Bucks currently winning 99-82 against the Kings. Let's go. And, of course, before I leave, guys, I got to get this in the chat, boys. Let's get some Triple Heart Squad in the chat, boys. I greatly appreciate that right before the end of the stream. This stream would have been possible without any of you guys tuning in and listening to what I'm saying. For any of you guys just randomly tuning in, listening to some stupid little 18-year-old doing YouTube, it means a lot to me, guys. I love the fact that my Blues have insane depth because we have had, you guys have had a lot of injuries. Darkness. Blues are really nuts right now. I joined again and I see that. Let's go, Lucas C. I'm glad you do, man. I'm glad you do. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the stream. Thank you guys for the Trooper Heart Squad. I appreciate it. I love every single one of you guys. My name is Harry Rice. You guys are all fucking awesome. I love all of you guys. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. I love you all. Triple Heart Squad. Stay classy, boys. And peace. No cap, Harry. I thought you were older. Yeah, TFS. I can't blame you, man. I can't blame you. I've been told I look older than I am. Like, I think I've been told I look like 20, 21 right now. That's pretty nuts, honestly. Mind of a 13-year-old, though. I'm going to leave you guys on that. My name is Harry Rice again, and I am out. Stay classy, boys. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love all of you guys. Peace. Don't clip me, boys. Please don't clip me. Definitely 21. Thank you, Sons of Liberty. Appreciate it. Don't clip me, boys. Love you all. Peace.